NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Let's go. 91. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 4 down. 4 down. Alert.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
The throw right sideline here is complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Taylor. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
Play action. Now Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. This is caught inside the 15. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
To throw is Jackson. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Taylor. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
And bring it. Hey, alert flow.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions. It nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Here we go. Push him back.
On first down, Bray. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Right there.
All right, Brand, I know we're early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd and 4. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
First down, Seahawks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
I'm going to run you over.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Mike's 50. Watch the run. Mike 50. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. 25. Check 25. Check 26. Bullet.
Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Seahawks' 43-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, let's get in them holes. Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5. You ain't going nowhere. Watch safety creep. Watch. Safety's creeping.
Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
He wasn't ready.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Check.
Throwing is Jackson. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
Motion. Short.
Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a first down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
4 down.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. There he goes right side. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Point after here coming up. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, 49ers 3. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 3rd down, Hines. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them, don't they?
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, They're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Hey, 85. Eyes on 85. Watch tight end.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And an alley to run. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Now a handoff looking right. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage. Especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. They'll set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Naeem Hines as the first half is winding down. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7.
Makes the score Niners 10, Seahawks 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Right back to him on first down. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. They'll run on first down. Bray. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They're going to look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
They begin the drive with Hines. They'll have a first down past the 40. They find some open field here. Touchdown, 49ers. Naeem Hines, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to regain the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, Bray takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off right around the 43 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Ready. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. I'm here all day. 36. Move.
They'll run on first down. Taylor.
Let's go. Come on. Run to the ball. We got to run out.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
55. Check. 55. Mike. They can't hang with us. Slam.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he gets everything he could into this one. The trajectory's good. It's definitely online. It just needs a little more oomph behind it. And it'll wind up falling just shy of the crossbar.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Oh, he's got some breathing room. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there, with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now Jackson on first down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby.
On second down now, it's Hines, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
You got motion, man.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And a throw right sideline is complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the Seahawks 27.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll run with Taylor. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bray. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
On second down, Bray. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kissed it on the ground.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. They go play action with Jackson.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Schwartz. And now off to the races down the right side. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal.
Watch 42. Slam, slam, slam.
They run with Hines. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 3-yard line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
I got him.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Naeem Hines, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Important extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
50, Mike's 50. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside.
Let's go.
They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down. Back to throw. Huge first down. Got to hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coach.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Nyheim Hines, 61 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Tight end right, tight end right.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 28, and into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember.
And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
At the 48-yard line.
Here we go. My God. Hey, Lobo. Man out. Man out. Man out.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one is incomplete, and it stops the clock at 12 seconds left in the half. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 45. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Pick six all day. Don't throw my side.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, What you got? What you got, Heavy? On the ball.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.